Hey everybody, Metal Shop Steve here. Back with another, I won't call it an album review because it's not really an album, but my friends from Arshenic have released over the past few months a couple of singles, and I have talked to the band a little bit here and there, and they said that they're not in any kind of a hurry to put out another full length album at the moment, so they're releasing singles. Um, and so, what I'm going to do is just tell you about. They actually have 4 singles out over the past few months, and a video for one of them as well. So, I will talk about that. First of all, if you don't know, Arshenic is a Polish band. Um, and if you don't know too much about them, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here telling you. However, I've reviewed one of their albums before, and I also did an interview with their lead singer, Ophelia, and she is awesome. So go check out that interview if you want to know more about the band and what they're doing. But today, we are going to just talk about the music. So I'm just going to run down the songs. Again, there are 4 singles out as of right now, and I believe these are in order of release, starting with the earliest. So let's just talk about it. The first one is called Bloodsucker, and nothing too, in terms of all these singles, there's nothing too far removed from traditionally what they sound like. So if you're a fan, you're going to love these songs. If you're not a fan, you'll hopefully still love them. Pretty good introduction to the band. So again, Bloodsucker is the first one I'm going to talk about. It's very dark and moody to start, and you'll find a lot of that throughout their music. A lot of mood, a lot of kind of witchy darkness, so to speak. Great way to start talking about them. We have this dark, moody start, and then really, really aggressive music comes in, aggressive guitar, and then kind of, in terms of the chorus of this song, it almost has a really like a melancholy feel to it. I don't want to say that it eases up or it lightens up or anything like that, but it's almost like a little interlude. So I guess it is a little bit later than the rest of the song, the chorus. And then for the last, I don't know, minute and a half or so of this song, and it's not a long, long song, but for the last part of the song, there's kind of this dark, atmospheric finish that they bring it on home with, and it's really cool. So that's Bloodsucker. And the next up is one called Extraterrestrial. Now, this one, there's a video for, and it's a great video. It's like this alien abduction type of thing. It's set in a cornfield, and Ophelia has on, in some parts, full alien mask, and it's kind of creepy. But then in other parts, she is just, she looks fantastic in the video. Really good song too. And probably, I would say, of the 4 singles released so far, this one is my favorite musically. It's kind of eerie, and I like this because vocally and musically it goes through a couple of stages, I think, which gives it really the eerie effect. So you start out with this kind of eerie, ethereal singing to start out a little bit, and then there's this part where she whispers, like a kind of a demonic alien type of whisper here and there a little bit, and then she launches into the chorus, kind of, I guess you'd call it the chorus. It's very growly, "Did you take your drugs?" It's very, the whole song has a very sinister feel. It does feel like you're maybe in the midst of some kind of alien abduction. And the video really translates that pretty well. So I like this song a lot. It's kind of like a nightmare. It feels like it's a nightmare a little bit. But again, Ophelia, fantastic. She looks amazing in the video. Singing. I'll talk about the singing overall when we wrap it up and the rest of the musical elements. But for there, that's the song. And like I said, Extraterrestrial is probably my favorite of the bunch. Next up, we have Black Goat. And this one, it almost feels like you're taking part in a ritual. It's very dark, ritualistic. and probably the name of the song might give you that kind of a vibe too. So it starts out with this chunky riff, and this riff is kind of repeated throughout. And I'm somebody who loves that kind of guitar riffy chunkiness in my songs here and there too. So really good way to start that. And then there's this one of the great things that she does, and again I'll talk about that at the end. But just a lot of different vocal styles, and this is this pure kind of breathiness to the vocal in this one, and then it goes straight from there into this evil growling, just very dark and evil and sinister, and great mood to this song. Again, like I said, you feel like you're taking part in some kind of a dark ritual here as you're listening to this song. And then finally, the fourth song is called Lucid, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the most recently released single, early September. And this one has, for my feeling anyway, it gives me kind of a progressive, melodic type of vibe to it. The opening is very reminiscent of some kind of more progressive rock type of stuff. Almost a symphonic metal type of start to it. Elements of strings and things like that here and there. And then you get Ophelia singing very much in her lower register throughout, which is something that she does just as well as any of the other parts. And I feel like I'm almost in outer space a little bit. See for yourself. So listen to it for yourself. And if you happen to see it on Spotify, which is where I listen to a lot of my music, there is actually a bit of spaciness to it. And I don't mean like goofy spaciness or like David Bowie spaciness. I just mean kind of like you are floating out there, surrounded by this great, huge, wide open expanse of the universe. Deep, right? So it's very spacey. It feels big. It just feels not big in like overly done, but big as in terms of, it's sparse and it makes you feel small. Listen to it, see what you think about that. But that's certainly the vibe that I got out of this one. So those are your 4 singles. And I would say, again, Extraterrestrial I like the best. Lucid I liked a lot, probably my second favorite. And then Bloodsucker and Black Goat are the last 2 on the list there. I liked them all, but that's kind of how I rated them in my head. So in terms of the band, just a quick note for these 4 songs. Again, I mentioned Ophelia and her voice, and if you've not heard her sing, she is a very polished, talented singer. She has outstanding technique, great range, and she takes a lot of chances vocally as well. So one of really the things I like best about the band, again, please go watch that interview I did with her. She is absolutely fantastic. And in terms of the rest of the band, again, I said that I felt like some of this had almost a progressive sensibility to it, melodic, darker metal in there as well. So it's a nice mix. It's nothing that is going to pound your face off, and it's not going to put you to sleep. But it's a really nice mix of a lot of other things too. And it's a very dark sound. There's a dark edge to all of it, but somehow there's this kind of ray of ethereal light that winds its way through all of the music. So again, Arshenic, 4 new singles. Go check them out. You can find them on Spotify or probably elsewhere. Check out the earlier stuff too, because if you like this, you're going to like the earlier stuff. Check out the other videos I did related to this band. And if you want to, subscribe, like the videos, get notifications, do all the stuff that they tell you you're supposed to do. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you later.